So a couple of months ago, I tried to make a doll for Fig. We were living in an Airbnb at the time, and I didn't have all my stuff with me, and I didn't have like any idea how to make a doll. So kind of winged it. And I never finished it because I just didn't love how it turned out. It wasn't super sturdy. The ears fell off almost immediately. Let me just hang on. Where's the terrifying doll? Ah, I see you. Yeah, baby. Here it is in all its terrifying glory. And she loves it. She plays with this thing all the time. And it's so terrifying. It's missing an arm now. The ears are gone. I mean, like, come on. Look at the face. Look at the face. Hang on. I'm going to turn around. Hang on. I mean, yeah, it's just, like, pretty scary. Overall, terrifying. And it's also, like, not, like, you can't really see. Maybe you can. When I shake it, the head like wiggles around. It's on foil, but the foil is not like connected well to this thing. I mean, it's a mess. Granted, I was going to paint it and cover it in clothing, so I was like, it's fine. It looks kind of weirder. It's got fuzz in it, but yeah, I mean, it's like all the feet are wrong, bad. I mean, the paws they were cute. I mean, it was all, I don't know. Yeah. So it is what it is. This is the first attempt that I made a million years ago, and I'd like to try again. So that's what we're gonna do today. I've never made a doll before except for this one, and I mean, mixed results, but my kid loves it, and that's the important thing. So I'm gonna try today to make a little posable armature doll. I was so into clay stuff when I was little, like, I mean, not little, like as an older child. So like preteen, if you want to use that word. Anyway, from like, I don't know, 10 to 15 probably, I spent like thousands of hours using Sculpey. I'll see if I can find some things that I have made in days gone by to sort of show you what I used to do. But regardless, if that's happening, these are the things that I used to make. Some things that I used to make. Yeah, let's make a less terrifying doll. I mean, what is... So I've got these 3 different gauges of wire, and I've got some clay and some clay tools and some foil. And so that's how we get started. First, I pull out a big section of wire, which, spoiler alert, this was way too long. Cut it in half so you have 2 equal lengths of wire, twist them together, and then those are your arms and your legs, those 2 protruding bits on the sides there. See, arms and then legs. Then I use my needle nose to kind of bend them into a spiral. That's what's going to help the clay hang on and not slip off, and also help it stand because it's got a wider base. The better way to make a wire skeleton for a doll like this is to actually make a drawing that's to the scale that you would want the doll to be on a piece of paper. Then you can just lay the wire over top and don't have to waste as much wire as I did. Because also, this was not the last time I chopped the arms. They got another amputation later on. This is how I made the head. I just sort of twisted one end of this little piece of wire and then opened it up and kind of bent it so that the foil would have something to grab onto. And then smushed the foil around it. And then that little piece that sticks out, I stuck onto the skeleton like this, kind of roughly wrapped it around. Roughly wrapped it around. And then, sorry, I shouldn't make fun of JoJo Siwa like that. Anyway, then I wrapped it up with a little bit of the thinner wire just to kind of hold it in place. So like I said before, I do have a fair amount of sculpting experience. Granted, it's very rusty, but one thing I will say is I love Sculpey. That's my go-to forever and ever. I'm not a Fimo girl. It's too soft. I don't like air dry stuff because it just, I don't know. I haven't spent the time getting the learning curve down on that one. So Sculpey it is, and just made a little base over the foil. Here's the ears. And then I'm making a little snout, which I think I did take off some of this, but it's hard to say because when you smush the clay into the base like that, you do lose a good amount of volume. And there's our little kitty cat profile. It's looking pretty cat-like, which is exciting. I was worried that it was not going to read, but here we are. This is, I think, for the fluff for the side of the face, because I like a big fluffy kitty. Even if it's not soft on that part, I still like to give the illusion of a big fluffy cat face. One thing I did not do that I wish I had done for this is make a tail. I got all the way down to the end of this project and realized, I never made a tail for this one. So next one I make, I think I'd like to do a tail next time. But, you know, you live and you learn. Or you live and you forget, and then you remember later, and then you hope you remember again when it's important. Wow, can we just talk about how the tone of this song just shifted immensely? I feel like I'm in a video game. Sculpting cat parts like the hands and feet. I didn't do as much detail on the hands for the cat as I did on the dog originally, just because I wanted them to be a little bit lower profile. I feel like the other ones were kind of huge. Also, I had to trim the arms again, and I think I went a little too short, so the arms look kind of stubby, but at least they're symmetrical.
On the bed.
It's out of the oven. It's looking very cute. I'm gonna use some Busy. What's she doing? And there goes Jared with the angle grinder. That's what microphones are for. So anyway, as I was saying, it's all baked. I think it looks pretty cute. And I'm going to use some acrylic paint and just go for it. Yeah. I was channeling my inner Richard Scarry when I was making these eyes. I just think the way he does eyes on cats especially is so cute, with that big circle and then the little lines on either side. It's just such a nice feline detail. What does a cat's nose look like? Okay, I will warn you, there's a bit of a jump scare in this next clip. I kind of overworked the eyes a little bit, so just don't be alarmed. It does come out looking okay, I promise. I just sort of yeah, I don't know. I wanted to make them look smiley, and then I just didn't succeed, but it looks okay when it's painted. I truly have no business painting a cat. I have no idea what they look like, obviously. Also, I know that all of this is going to get covered up by the acrylic paint that I'm painting on here, immediately, but I don't know. For me, it's just helpful to have, practice, I guess this is more like practicing what I want it to look like and where I want things to be than it is like an actual guideline for what they will look like. I don't know, does that make sense? It's like doing a little placeholder. Even if it's gonna get covered up, it just makes it easier to do it the next time. When we were talking, Fig said that she wanted a purple cat, so of course that's what we're going to do. I mixed this lovely dark, deep bluish purple for the base, and it really reminds me of those Lisa Frank cats. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I had a coloring book that was like all about those little kittens when I was younger. That was kind of a memory unlocked while I was painting this cat. I was painting it halfway and I was like, oh my gosh, you know what it looks like? It looks like those Lisa Frank kittens. So, of course, she's going to love it because what small girl doesn't love Lisa Frank? I mean, come on. Also, I just have to say, it is such a skill to do something with your hands and film it at the same time. I know that sounds like, oh, my job's so hard, I can't even like make a YouTube video, but it's like I'm so bad at it. My husband and I were talking the other day and he was complaining. He was like, this guy just fixed this whole thing I was watching completely out of frame. And I was like, listen, it's hard to paint things in frame or solder them or whatever the heck that guy was doing. It's just like, I set up the camera and I think, great, this is going to capture this beautifully. And then inevitably, as I get focused, I like go into shrimp mode and pull the project closer to me. And then we just get footage of like the very corner of the frame is capturing what I actually intended it to capture. And the rest of it is just like blank space or like table or the back of my head. It is it's a skill. I haven't mastered it yet, but I'm hoping that this footage is not too torturous to watch. The eyes are where it always gets you. It's just the two things that have to be symmetrical, you know, and the pressure's on, and you finish them, and whomp, they're not symmetrical at all. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Toe beans. I went ahead and added some lighter purple for fur shape. I just think it gives it a little bit more dimension than just having the light purple and dark purple. It's all dry. And now we're going to add some fluff and some clothes. As previously mentioned, I don't really claim to have any expertise in doll making, sculpting, felting, you know, even sewing for that matter. Honestly, like, this channel is not about me being great at everything. It's about me having fun because I like making videos. That said, I'll just tell you what I did and why I did it. So I wrapped this whole little armature thing in cotton batting because I saw somebody else do it. Then they wrapped everything in like florist's tape, which I thought about doing, but I think that the point of that was to make it so that the clothes would like fit well, and they didn't have any of the armature exposed, which I'm planning on doing. So we're gonna do some felting, and I am going to try and make these two colors blend together somewhat to sort of mimic the actual color of the cat's fur. I did stab myself several times, but it was a lot of filming to edit, so I didn't go through and find all those times. But you can just imagine it. It was 5 times. I stabbed myself 5 times, so. What color do you think you should wear?
Pink.
Pink, okay.
Mama, I think it could wear a dress.
You should wear a dress, you think?
Yeah. But what's a good one for kittens to wear? I picked out the kitten in a pink dress.
Her ladyship has spoken. Pink it shall be. This is my little scrap bag, so let's just look through and see what our options are. Kind of more red than pink. Oh, yeah, I think this is it. Let's see. Yep, that looks really nice. Oh, cute. This section of the video is titled A Lesson in Letting Go because I spent at least an hour trying to make this tiny little dress for this tiny little doll, and it did not work at all in any way by any stretch of the imagination. And I filmed it all and I didn't cut it out because I thought, you know what, might as well just be honest about our failures. So I tried. I did it, I lined it, I did it like in 2 pieces, and then I realized that the little halter ties that I had made were just going to be too little to turn inside out, and it was just garbage. So yeah, let's try again. I'm going to be honest with you, I expect a lot of myself, so the fact that I'm making a pillowcase dress, which if you don't know is like the most basic of basic dresses that you can make, but I'm doing it because sometimes you don't know how to do anything and you just have to be a dumb little baby and do the easiest thing you know how, because life doesn't always come easily to you, Emily, and sometimes things are hard and sometimes they suck the first time, and that's okay. And maybe next time I'll make something a little more complicated, but for now, pillowcase dress, because it's easy as sin and it'll look cute. Now, because I am not committed to just being utterly basic, I am going to make this little channel down the middle to put some elastic on. So I'll start with 2 guiding lines and then do a little ladder stitch across the back. Ooh. Who's that? Anyway, ladder stitch across the back and then 2 running stitches on the front to make like a little belt looking thing. And then when all that is done, I'm going to take a bodkin, which is like a rounded needle, and run a little elastic through that channel. That way we'll have a little bit of a waist. You like that pink?
I do like that pink.
Great. Oh, it's actually really cute. Oh my gosh. Fig, are you ready for this? Because it's pretty cute.
Is it ready?
Almost. I just have to tie a little knot in her dress and it'll be good to go. Here she is. Ding.
She's walking.
Yeah, I see that. Very cool.
What does she say?
She says, I'd like to walk to the library. Does she have a name yet?
Her name could be Jeremy Fisher.
Perfect. Love it.
She's eating a pancake.
Oh my gosh. Delicious.
It's flying. It is dancing with its heights. It is an airplane with its toes. Can I have a little bit of gray dog?
I don't know who that dog is. Are they playing together?
Yeah.
Aw, that's so sweet. I love you.
I walked to you.
You did. Okay, I'm just coming on super quickly to do a recap. Okay, so overall, things that went well. The painting went well, and I think it'll last. I didn't seal it. I think I would do that next time. And the dress was really cute, turned out super cute. And I like that she's fully posable, and I do like the felting that I did. I think in future, the things that I would do differently are that I would use poly batting instead of cotton, because the cotton, or maybe I would just do like a base wool. I don't know. It was really hard to like punch through the, sorry, something in my eye. It was really hard to punch through the, like the cotton batting. It was like really resistant to being felted, which makes sense, but it was just too structured. So I think I need something that's like looser in future. And then also in future, I would reinforce all of the limbs more, because when I made them, they were just like one of that thicker gauge wire. I don't remember what it was on the pack. That package is long gone, but the largest gauge of wire that I used for like the base of the skeleton needed more reinforcement. I was worried, like I wasn't letting Fig play with it while I was making it, because I was worried that it wasn't going to last until the end of the video, and I was right to be worried, because today while she was playing with it, the head came off. So next time I would probably do double, twist the neck, double it up, and then probably do more of that thinner gauge wire like I did for the torso around the neck and arms and legs. So I don't feel really confident that it's gonna last too much longer. I'm gonna glue the head back on, probably with like hot glue, and just like, I don't know, try and make it work. But now I know you're not technically supposed to like play with dolls like this, but I want to make something for her to play with. So I'm probably gonna make another one soon and follow up, and we'll see how that one turns out. But anyway, that was the little kitty cat video. She's been in the phase where everything is named Jeremy Fisher after Beatrix Potter's Jeremy Fisher, so that's what she's named it. But that could change, so I'll let you know if she gives it a different name. But so far, everything is either Chrysanthemum or Jeremy Fisher, and she landed on Jeremy Fisher for the cat, so that's what it is. See you in my next one. Don't do a peace sign. It's not 2005. Ow, busy.
We're dancing the way bush I have endorsed me. Look, I found a hawker. That's not for today.